What's up, guys? I had to restart the stream. I'm going to assume that it was a blessing in disguise. So, just picking up where we last left off as far as the reads here, I just feel as though that, maybe sometimes we plant ourselves in, a personal hell, energetically through lack of an exchange of, communication or people or things of that nature. Um, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's for me, it's um, I think that and there's energy that goes around. You know what I'm saying? Needless to say. Um, and I think that there are people that are meant to vouch for you and people that are meant to go to bat for you. Um, I think a lot of it is X marks the spot, putting yourself at the right place with the right people, finding that season, finding that momentum, reconciling with people that have been good to you in the past, and not being afraid to be vulnerable. I think being vulnerable is a big one because it frees up a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? And you might need a mantra or a meditation to get there, but the good news is that it's always here. So you're never too far away from it. And I'm just seeing that a lot of circumstantial evidence points to Six of Cup in the upright. The more that you kind of heal and reconcile that, the more it'll free up your energy. Because it could be that, and again, I'm not saying that I subscribe to this, but I'm just thinking in terms of energy and potential blockages versus freed up energy, and almost like being one big happy family in a way. It's like being closer to the fire as opposed to away from the fire. I see the Six of Cups here. This is like a sharing of emotion, relationship. It's being connected, it's communicating. And not poo-pooing that and not, phooey on that. So thank you for that, Spirit. Thank you for that understanding, that realization. And again, special emphasis on not saying that any other way is bad or negative, but there's levels, I think, to vulnerability and intimacy and things of that nature. Anything else, Spirit, that you want to speak to? I almost want to turn on the air. 1 second. The AC feels warm in here. I don't know why. Okay, let's see if Any more energies want to come through? Okay, you got the World card. Traditionally, this is about moving from one portal to the next. It's like you graduated, you learned the lesson, or what have you. Yeah, this is about union, marriage. To me, it's coming across more so as like friendship, finding your people, but it might be like making it through like an impasse as well. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was some sort of like energetic desert that you went through, and in some way that was like you jumping timelines, and somehow it manifested in like space and time is jumping through. I'm fucking telling you, man. When I say energetic desert, your fucking boy is good. And it brought with it like maybe some sort of conflict. Okay. But I feel as though you're finally reaching a place of stability. Okay. That's funny, man. This bitch. Bingo. That's fine. Um, but anyway, so yeah, it's like you went through this energetic desert here. But anyways, so sorry, I'm texting a client essentially that I hooked up with earlier. I was just sending her thanks, and then she's like, hilarity ensues. So it's so funny that I mentioned like energetic desert, because I feel as though that like it brought about like grief and conflict, but I really think that like it has you somehow like revisiting and graduating and learning. It's only through that depths of like isolation and solitarism. You know what it feels like? It feels like you learned a lesson like in the first 4 months of the year, and now you have like a fast pass access to next year, which is like a money year. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a number 8 year. So, not to like downplay or belittle, you know, spiritual lessons and like, um, what it takes to graduate or whatever, but it's like I'm literally seeing this energy of, um, you know, graduation here. And we're only 4 months into the year, and this is that kind of air of like celebration, like you finally got it, whatever it is that you're supposed to get. And I see 11:11 on the clock as I hold up the 11:11 card. But again, the 5 is made here, so this is like strife and conflict. But you finally reach a place of like stability or a foothold, unbeknownst to you, maybe, you know. But it's coming across as like through relationships and connections and connectivity, and things are springing forth of the season, and you're able to circle back around, and somehow it's an emphasis on relationships. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's very keen, it's very interesting. And I think it's a result of like, it's a subtle nuance, because this easily bleeds into personal romantic relationships. And there's this kind of rerouting or this reconfiguring of the love that you have for someone. You have to learn to give it to yourself. And so I'm just wondering if, that's a part of the energy dynamics, because I still feel as though like romantically you want to run to that person and tell them how much you love them and how much you care for them and how much you, but I feel as though that like, and don't get me wrong, like the feelings are like, very strong, but you know better intellectually is what I'm getting here. The differentiation between like falling in love versus like forming relationships that really have legs, really have tangibility, really have incentive, really have connection, really has a fair equal exchange. Okay, and don't get me wrong, I feel as though that you were like looking at your options before. You know what I'm saying? Pardon, I'm getting an incoming call here, so hopefully I can actually get connected to this. God willing. But in any event, it's very much so an air. Oh wow, this came through. I'm surprised. 1 second, I'm just taking this call. Talking about establishing romantic versus personal relationships, tangible, viable relationships versus like unrequited love, And I'm fascinated about like this energy desert that we're speaking to, because that Page of Wands came out, and that is certainly very apropos that I said that. and that came out, that energetic desert. And you crossed it, and it took a long while, a very long while. Um, I think you came out of it. I think you've come out of it. I'd be interested to see what else comes out of that. But let me do this one first and foremost. So anyway, back to this little reading that I was doing. Okay, so speak more to, I feel as though we've come out of this energetic desert here, okay? Through reconnecting with others, reconvening with family, friends. I think it's a big way. Seeing where there's a void or a slot to fill, a role. Maybe a lot of defensiveness in the past. Okay, but now again, that theme of vulnerability here. You might feel more stable and secure in yourself and your personal outlook. So we've crossed that energetic desert, we've survived that conflict, and on the other side, I suppose, is coming back around, maybe emotionally. I am very much so getting this air of like, it could be like a homecoming, it could be like, or even just digitally from a long distance, it can just be like almost like you're being welcomed back into, like, dare I say, like, maybe not society, but like socially or somehow, like, and now you're just like more emotionally available is what I'm seeing here. You're realizing like the value of friendship and things like that. Yeah, it's a sense of maturity, you know. King of Cup in the upright. It may have been like a fast track, like having to learn, having to reconfigure something for like the long term trajectory. Okay. Yeah, it's almost like I'm just getting that you like went through like some sort of like crash course or something, like removing yourself energetically. I don't want to say like spiritual jail or spiritual prison, but I feel as though that like you purposely like extracted yourself so as to kind of like really like find out like what was there, what's not there, things of that nature. And I see you coming out of the other side of it energetically. And it was a way to like balance the scales for yourself. It was like self-imposed. It could have been that you felt like you were not on the right path, and so you just had to kind of reconfigure and get your head straight. And yeah, now you're coming out of that. And so I feel as though that I think that like indubitably it's going to have an effect on your money, and I think you're getting like more of like the social aspect of your career. Like I said, you're just reinterpreting and re-understanding like not the social currency but the energetic factor behind talking to others, being vulnerable with others, as far as like friends and family, people that you would consider friends that you would like talk to on the phone and stuff like that. Whereas before, I feel as though like it was not really connecting in that way. I mean, you still had your like those that were like grandfathered in, but at the same time, it's like there's something to be said about like coming out or opening up on a more mature level to friends or family, things like that. Yeah, it's a personal rebirth. Here, the death card in the reverse. And I think that that's like the birth, death, enlightenment thing. It's like you don't have to die to go through birth, death, and enlightenment. You know, it's like a ego death, enlightenment. I can remember Chris Rock had that ego death, And it's like we're coming out of that other side of it collectively. And we're taking what we learned from it and we're applying it, right? It's almost like we're pushing ourselves to take more risks. And it's like a new lease on life from this time out, this time away. And I do feel as though that, like, whatever you're facing now, as far as like, it's so funny because I feel like people have like this kind of like unconscious read on your energy level. Like, if people, I feel like people could sense you like in the ether. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I wonder, I feel as if they could also sense when you're reconvening and reconnecting here. Because this to me is like a very like potent, at the height of your powers type energy here, where you're running with like your people again. And I feel like on this kind of broadband spectrum, like I feel like people can sense that, and that's almost like pulling them more towards you in a way. Like, people can sense when you're occupied, people can sense when maybe you're burnt out, people can sense when you're reconvening, people can sense when you're with others. Because I feel like, yeah, like we're all connected, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's interesting. And I'm not saying that that's like all the more reason why you should like get out there and connect or talk and call, but I think that that's maybe like, it's almost like you have this like energetic cachet when you're exchanging this energetic exchange rate, you know, when you're talking to people on the phone or texting, or it's like the buzz, you know? So, I'll probably leave this live stream on. I'm a little tired, but I don't mind if someone catches me. Hopefully this won't interfere with my other tarot lines that I'm on. But yeah, I'm tired. I've been up since like 4 something. So, but we'll see. Spicy, zesty, ödegötüm. Hi, this is Dylan. Good. How about you? Okay, what can I help you with? Okay, let's take a look. I'm gonna shuffle the cards really quick, pick up the energy, and I'll let you know what I see. Is there like an emphasis or a focus, like something particular that you're looking for, or are you just kind of open to see what comes out? Okay, 1 second. Just picking up the energies here. So I see the card of justice here. This is about fairness and balance. It's like water reaching its level. I see the card of friendship here too, with the Six of Cup in the upright. So I feel like this is a good like breeding ground for romance. This is starting off as friends. Excuse me. This is starting off more with like the purity of intention here. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure if there's anyone on your radar that you're kind of putting in the friend zone, or the Six of Cup energy could be someone from the past as well. I'm not seeing like the physical intimacy right now, which is kind of lending itself to more of like, starting off as friends with someone in a good way, but it comes off as like healthy and aspiring, especially during the springtime season. It just feels as though this is ripe for blossoming into something. Um, Potential here is what I see, is what I'm feeling from these cards right now. Um, the only thing I would say though is the Nine of Wands in the upright is like having a wall up, maybe not wanting to be friends first, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, so I feel as though that there's some tension here because it just feels as though that maybe everyone's not on board with how things want to play out right now. It's like you're not willing to like run the risk or waste your time, so you might as well go no contact is how it's coming across, is maybe how the narrative is. Um, So yeah, I mean that could be lending itself to stagnancy if you don't want to take like an emotional risk or chance with someone. If you want more of like a commitment and less kind of dilly dallying and seeing where this goes type energy. Um, s- yeah, it's like an energy of like you don't want to like be someone's option necessarily. You want to know that you're like, you don't want to be friends on. Some fans from around the world have waited 12 long years for this moment. Sting and the Warrior. They originally trained together when they were in professional wrestling. Tag team for less than a year when they were rookies. They have not been together since 1985, and they're back together as a tag team on Nitro. All right, let's see what the strategy session is going to bring out here. I know as far as Steve Warrior is concerned, doesn't matter who starts, but we're on it, Hogan. We're camouflaging the strategy session with the fact that they just want to slow this thing down with brawl. Well, that's about it. That's the only strategy you possibly use with these two is trying to slow down the momentum the Warrior creates and the momentum Sting creates. Alright, Hogan comes in, he sits pointing towards Sting. Of course he wants Sting. I mean, let me tell you to this guy coming in saying, hey, I don't know the Warrior will get his chance, but now he says he wants to he wants Sting. Sting's above the bell, and you will be Sting, and I will. And mega, super mega event that we didn't expect to have, and my golly, here we go. Sting never really gave a definitive answer to Bret Hart about the challenge for how he had it. But in the effect, he said yes, but I'm putting Bret Hart tonight in the ring. That's hilarious. And runs into Hogan. Now we're going for strategy. Brute Force. Hooray for Hollywood. Sting looks over towards Bret Hart. Almost at the same